Hurricane Nate moves toward second landfall on Gulf Coast. Hurricane Nate, which is threatening to bring a dangerous storm surge to the Gulf Coast, made landfall near the mouth of the Mississippi River on the southeastern Louisiana coast Saturday evening. The storm quickly moved east and is expected to make a second landfall along the Mississippi coast early Sunday morning. Concerns about the Category 1 hurricane prompted officials in Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama and Florida to declare states of emergency, order evacuations and issue curfews. Maximum flooding of 7 to 11 feet above ground level is expected in parts of southeast Louisiana and along the Mississippi coast, the National Hurricane Center said. A storm surge warning is in effect from Grand Isle, Louisiana, to the Okaloosa/Walton County line in Florida. And a tornado watch has been issued for parts of southern Mississippi, southern Alabama and the western Florida Panhandle. As Nate races inland Sunday, it's expected to rapidly weaken and should barely be a tropical storm by Sunday night, weakening further to a tropical depression by early Monday morning. But heavy rain and flash flooding will still be a concern as the storm roars ashore and moves inland, according to ABC News meteorologist Dan Peck. By 6 a.m. CT Sunday, the brunt of the heavy rain and strong winds are forecast to be over central Alabama. Areas of heavy rain will continue to move north from the southeast up through the northeast on Sunday, Monday and early Tuesday. Tropical storm Nate expected to strike New Orleans as hurricane, kills 22 in Central America amid busy hurricane season. National Weather Service hampered by shortage of meteorologists. Slideshow. Nate hits Central America on Thursday. Nate brought deadly mudslides and flash floods to Central America as it traversed the western Caribbean Sea as a tropical storm. According to the Associated Press, 22 people were killed, including 15 in Nicaragua and 7 in Costa Rica. Costa Rican officials said 15 people were missing as well. Nate strengthened into a Category 1 hurricane late Friday night. The governors of Louisiana, Mississippi and Alabama all issued stern warnings to residents ahead of the storm's landfall. Louisiana Governor John Bel Edwards declared a state of emergency on Thursday and warned residents to prepare for heavy rain, storm surge and high winds. No one should take this storm lightly, Edwards said at a press conference Friday. We do want people to be very, very cautious and to not take this storm for granted. In New Orleans, the mayor said some areas outside of the levee protection system could see a 7 to 11-foot storm surge. But the National Weather Service on Saturday evening canceled the city's hurricane warning and Mayor Mitch Landrieu ordered an overnight curfew be lifted. By Saturday night, the evening's rain ceased. The mayor's office added in a statement that residents are still recommended to shelter in place and use caution due to strong tropical force winds and the serious threat of storm surge for areas outside of levee protection. Landrieu ordered a mandatory evacuation for the communities of Venetian Isles, Lake Catherine and Irish Bayou. One man who lives on Venetian Isles told the AP that his wife evacuated to a hotel, but he is staying behind because an elderly neighbor refused to leave. I know it sounds insane, but he has bad legs and he doesn't have anybody who can get to him, Gabriel Black told the AP. In Mississippi, Governor Phil Bryant on Friday declared a state of emergency in several southern counties in preparation for the storm. If you are in an area that has flooded, I would recommend you evacuate that area until the storm has ended and the water has receded for your own personal safety and for the safety of the first responders that will be responding in the event you are trapped, Bryant said at a press conference Friday. All Mississippi coast casinos have closed, according to the Mississippi Gaming Commission. Some hotels will remain open to guests, while others will close to guests, according to the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency. Alabama Governor Kay Ivey issued a statewide state of emergency that went into effect Friday morning. Ivey said that while the coast will experience the worst of the storm, Birmingham could experience strong winds and rain. It has become clear that Alabama, especially on our coast, will experience some of the worst conditions from this storm, Ivy said at a press conference Friday. Alabamans, you must prepare and be vigilant. This is serious business. Florida Governor Rick Scott also declared a state of emergency in some counties. The Bureau of Safety and Environmental Enforcement said dozens of offshore oil and gas platforms as well as drilling rigs in the Gulf of Mexico have been evacuated.